Greetings. So I want to take a little time out and kind of give you a channel update. If you are a subscriber, you have noticed that we've had a sharp decline in comment the last couple of months. I've done a couple of previews here and there, but for the most part, we really haven't uploaded anything in the last couple of months. Reason for that is I want to take a step back. I want to kind of analyze things, maybe get a little more scheduled stuff in the household, kind of take care of some stuff that's been getting pushed aside because of how focused I have been on the channel, and then just kind of reevaluate again where the channel is. So when doing that reevaluation, I have come up with some things that are going to change, some things that are going to stay the same, and some things that I could use your help with doing. So I'm going to consider this kind of the whole new year, new us type of deal. We are starting a new year. So let's go ahead and see how we're going to be making some changes. So first off, in regards to content, we are going to be doing less campaign plays. There were a few that I had left kind of in the middle when we kind of took our break. So I do want to finish those up. We have our Conservas one. We have Explorers in Evoria. I started that. And then we do have Wild Gardens. I do plan on finishing all of those in the next few months. In addition to that, we are doing less videos. You're going to see not so much at the beginning, because as we are catching up on those campaign plays, it is going to be filling out the week. But after that, we are going to be decreasing what we're doing. Near the end there, I was doing like 2 unboxings, 2 or 3 solo plays, the reviews, the campaign plays, mobile plays at times. We are going to be cutting those down quite a bit. We are basically going to be trying to do a what's in the box, a review, and a solo play every week, and then kind of go from there and see if there's something small I want to mix in here or there. We are also going to be trying to do more of a social media presence, posting on X, posting on X more, trying to dip our toes more into Blue Sky. We're even going to be doing more on Instagram, on maybe even TikTok. We're going to be doing more short form content that you'll be seeing up on the YouTube Shorts, putting on Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, again, maybe even on TikTok. You may have noticed at the beginning of this video, we have done some minor graphics tweaks. Changed up the intro a little bit, changed up the intro music. At the end, you'll see it's a very slight tweak, but I did tweak our outro card. You're going to be seeing a bit more graphics, like when I do the solo plays. You're going to start seeing the game name, designer, all of that information scroll at the bottom at the beginning of those. So we're just kind of maybe tweaking, trying to bring some stuff up, bringing our standards up a little higher, and trying to look a little bit more polished and professional with them. I am going to be looking at ways to improve the unboxing. So if there's certain things you like or don't like about those, if you want to leave a comment down below and let me know what those are. But I'm going to be looking at ways of making them possibly quicker, maybe not always going through every single bit, maybe laying them out, but kind of maybe expediting the process of that and the how to plays that are attached to them, making those a bit more streamlined and quicker, to just give you more of a general basis of the game as opposed to trying to do an in-depth teach. That way you do have an understanding of the basics of the game. The sound quality in the reviews. As you see, we have a microphone. I am working on seeing how this works out. If you do notice a improvement in some of the sound quality of the reviews and some of the other things I've done, please let me know down below so I can know if this is working or not. I will probably have to try and tweak how I put the volume. Sometimes it may seem louder, so I'll have to try and adjust that accordingly. Getting back to the content on the channel, I do hope that we can get Bry featured more on the channel again. This is the Mirror Mirror Meeples after all, and so far you've gotten a healthy dose of me and not as much of Bry. That is one of the things too, since we've taken our break, she did get a promotion at work, so she does have a little bit less free time because that is a more involved position. But we are hoping that we are going to be able to try and get her in for like a review a month, maybe try and bring our couples playthroughs back like once a month. So maybe a couple videos to start, and then if her work starts dying down, maybe trying to get her in more. And finally, then this will tie into kind of what we need from you before we get into what's going to stay the same, is that we are going to be trying to improve our Patreon content. If you're not aware, we have a Patreon that helps support the channel monetarily. There will be a link in the description down below. And so far, what we had done there is we had posted kind of our spoiler reviews for Ticket to Ride Legacy. When we had done that, I was starting to do initial impressions videos and reactions after playing the game only like once or twice before I did my full review. I had gotten away from those, and I'm going to try and maybe see about doing new things in there. And especially if we can start getting more Patreon members in there, that will unlock like merchandise levels to where we might be able to start making stickers or various other things like that we can then send out to our Patreon supporters. Included in Patreon, one of those things that we are going to be improving is we're going to start putting polls into maybe what game are we going to feature as our solo play next? What game is going to be unboxed next? If a certain game might have different factions or different choices that need to be made, I'll put those in there first, and then that's what I'll use in the game. To wrap up the last change with those videos that we're adding, we are going to be adding a discussion once a month. You'll just seen that one where it was the top 6 games of the fourth quarter of 2024, wrapping up that series I did throughout 2024. Coming up later this week will be the top games of 2024. So that way, that one will take care of January. And then topics might change from month to month, or it might be games I recommend based on the theme of the month. That is still up in the air. If you have any suggestions, again, leave them in the comments down below. So as I said, we do need some support from all of you wonderful viewers. The, of course, main way of doing that is liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing the videos, ringing the bell, following the channel, getting our subscriber count up so we are more prominently featured and more people can discover the channel and such with the algorithm that YouTube has. In addition to that, we have, as I said, a Patreon that you can help support the channel by doing a monthly donation to the channel to help it run, and then you get special perks, as I've already talked about, with more hopefully to come in the future. If you do not want to do another subscription, we also do have a Ko-fi. That link is down below where you can do a one-time donation, in essence, basically buying me a drink, but overall it helps support the channel in a monetary fashion. So that is one of the things that will help us be able to continue this channel going forward, is the whole support from the community. Alright, so what is going to be staying the same? So, first off, as I said, looking at doing the unboxings and how to play in one video, I'm just going to look at trying to make them shorter, more succinct, more to the point. I mean, all of them as always, will have the timestamps down below, so you can always jump to a certain part if you don't want to watch it. We are going to be doing a solo play every week. People do enjoy the solo plays, plus it does help me show off how a game typically plays, as a lot of the ones that I do choose to do don't differ too much from the main game, or if they do, I do try and point that out in the video. But otherwise, even if you watch a solo play, it does kind of give you a good idea of like the structure of a game, how the mechanics go forth, and how the game itself plays out. As I said, I'm going to be finishing up those outstanding campaign plays. You'll start seeing those roll out in January, and I'm pretty sure at least Concert Voss will wrap up in February, and then I'll probably wrap them all up by March. There is a certain campaign that you think would be fun to do and tackle as a solo player. Go ahead and let me know. I may see about tackling that in the future, but for right now, we are going to try and hold off on the campaign plays. Because to peel back the curtain, usually it hits well for the first video, maybe 2, but then as the campaign goes on and on, it does get less views, so it doesn't just seem worthwhile to put it up as the interest decreases, but I do want to finish out the ones that I have started. I am going to continue looking for previews to cover for you. I've already put out some requests on stuff that I've seen on various outlets, so I am going to be still looking for those. We have one with Circle J Games that you'll see have come out in, I believe it was November. The Christmas quilts, they're planning on doing one a month, and they have contacted us and hope that we can cover all of those games for them. So we're hoping to be able to cover those for them as they unveil those every month. Reviews will continue. I do still plan on doing the reviews of games as they come across, and they may produce some. I may only do them when a game really grabs my attention, worthwhile review. Before, I was basically reviewing every game that I did a solo play of. That may not be the case anymore. I'm also looking at trying to tweak those up, doing more B-roll footage where it's not just you staring at me saying what I like and don't like. So I am going to try and start kind of maybe tweaking them a little bit, maybe even trying to condense them. If you are a fan of the how to plays during a review, let me know down below, because that is what increases the length of the review videos. Granted, there are timestamps, so you can just jump right to the review or the part of the review you're looking at, but maybe sometimes people might be discouraged by the length of the video. So if you are not a fan of that how to play beforehand and just want to review, please let me know down below. And then finally, as I said, mobile plays are getting phased out. They'd been phased out for a while and really only kind of came up when something interests me, and that will continue being the case. Since we've taken our break, there has been 2 that have come out that I may be getting up on the channel soon. Imperial Miners from Portal Games did come out for Android, and I think Steam, and I think the Apple Store. I have it on my Android tablet, so I may be doing a video for that soon. It is a pretty good implementation. There was a couple things I wasn't a fan of. I did contact them through the whole review thing. I know they were going to be looking into changing it. When I do the video, I'll probably bring that up. The other one on Steam for the computer that came out is Ark Nova. So both of those games, if you follow the channel, you know I adore and really like. So I will be looking at maybe doing the digital playthroughs for those so you can see how those are digitally. So, to wrap it all up, change is coming, mainly cosmetic, reducing the videos, and all of that. The help we need is if you could support the channel by liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing, and ringing the bell. And also, if you could please look into our Patreon and Ko-fi. Things I'll be staying the same. We're still doing solo plays, unboxings with how to plays. We're still going to be doing some reviews and some previews and all of that. Just the output of them is going to reduce quite a bit, as you will see. Alright, so thank you for watching this video. Thank you for staying through the end. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can leave those down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. While you're down there, this would be a perfect time for you to do that support of liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing, ringing the bell, and so forth. Alrighty, so I will see you as we ramp things back up.